Hello and assalamu alaikum everyone. This is Zeshanawan and you are watching How One Works. So here generally we talk about profession, getting hired, how to make your CV, how to appear in an interview. Recently I was in discussion with a very old friend who is one of the pioneers when I started working in this industry of business process outsourcing, and this topic came up that I instantly thought I should talk about. And we were discussing about the retention issues of major companies. So no matter how big the company is, how better they are paying, what luxurious facilities and benefits and perks they're offering, they still face retention problems. So we pondered it and we thought about it, we discussed it, then I did some research, not a lot of it, but I thought I should put forward and discuss that with you on why companies face retention issues, what is the background, and of course there are many facets, many dimensions to this problem, but today we are going to cover it in respect to the employees. What do they expect of companies and why? So today I thought we should discuss this problem, or at least one dimension of it, on what has changed in past 5 decades. Like 40-50 years ago, situation was different. Opportunities was less, employability was very difficult, but today it has changed a lot. So let's get right into it and see how one works. So there has been this very interesting concept of loyalty that we often hear nowadays as well. Back then, we're talking about, like, let's say 50-60 years ago, it used to be called Industrial Revolution. When people worked in industries, in agriculture, and they were so loyal to their bosses, even if they are beaten up and they're physically and mentally and verbally abused, they would not leave their jobs. You know why? Because they were working for survival, that we call basic needs of roti, kapra, makan. They were working for survival, they were earning a living just to survive and just to pass on the day. There were no other options but to work for the same boss because the opportunities were less. Probably in today's workforce, our grandparents were part of that workforce. Even if they were physically abused, mentally abused, and there were no human rights, no labor rights, they still kept on working because they were earning roti, kapra and makan. But that was 60 years ago. Things have changed. Information revolution. Now this period in Pakistan was when we found computers, we discovered internet, and information became readily available. Now during that period, information access became easy, people started learning online, a lot of new universities, colleges, courses, they were introduced, and a lot of people were getting a lot of new opportunities. Now in that age, if someone was threatened of losing a job, they would still get depressed, they would still care a lot about losing their career, about probably not getting a job in that age, but people became more aware. Now this basic needs or survival was taken care of by their parents. Let's say if I'm living in my parents' house and I'm taking care of the food, the basic clothing needs, I just have to worry about paying my electricity bills, my utility bills. And in that information revolution, people became aware of the standard of living. So they started looking for opportunities that could enhance their standard of living, that could pay me well, where I could afford a motorbike, maybe a car, where I could get a new computer, a new cellular phone. That was information revolution, and things changed. Now comes the modern age where we are living today, and this modern era is called digital or social revolution. Now today employees care about the quality of living. They do not worry about the survival, their grandparents took care of it. They do not even care about the standard of living because they probably already got a car, a motorbike, a house to live in, though of their parents, but still they're not really worried about the standard of living. They are concerned about the quality of living. So they care a lot about the company that they're working in, but if the employer is providing them that quality of living, you probably would see a lot of companies providing PlayStations, they have a game court, they provide meal in the house during your work hours. That's the quality of living. So I usually do not quote any companies, but I would like to quote Edge, my former employer that I'm still friends with, even though I left the company. He did not mind it the concept of loyalty is not related to the current employee and employer relationship. We're still friends. I still go visit that workplace. I really like it because of all the facilities, the perks, the benefits that they offer. And if the companies keep offering those kind of benefits that provide employees the quality of living, they will keep working. But if you will threaten them, as much as some companies and some sectors, you'll have to ask your boss if you want to go for a bathroom break. Employees will not work for you no longer. If you would threaten their job, they already have started looking for the job. So if you are not providing that quality of living, both at workplace and in their personal lives, employees are not going to stay. So in today's videos, we just tried briefly to sum up the retention issue. And in a broader spectrum, if you really care about your employees, they would give their 100% to your growth. We will get back to you with some other topic and some other video. So keep watching how one works.